Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk East Stroudsburg University baseball. John Kochmansky joining us right now, the head coach. Well, John, let's talk about your season this year. Pretty successful again there at E.S.U.
Yeah, very, very much so. We were, pretty happy. We finished up at 31-19. Got to the PSAC conference final. Playing in that tournament, it's a tough, grueling tournament, and got there by qualifying against Bloomsburg on the last weekend and played really well. Beat two top 10 teams in the country in that tournament, and found ourselves in the conference final with a chance to win it all.
Coach, talk about that run and beating some of the best teams with a little bit of a logjam here to get those bids. But tell us about playing against some of the best competition.
Well, when you're going against a Mercyhurst team, a private school, and Seton Hill, very, very good teams. Both of them were older teams. We had played against them in the past, and we played 2 years ago. Seton Hill and Mercyhurst both in the regionals, and a lot of the same faces, and they were now seniors. So. Those teams were really good, and at the time, Mercyhurst was ranked 9 in the country, and Seton Hill ranked 6th. And our guys just battled. We got outings, and as everything in baseball, it starts on the mound. And in both those wins, we got great outings on the mound. And in Mercyhurst, we had one of those days where everything we hit found a hole, and we ran some balls out of the yard. And against Seton Hill, we played great defense and scored enough runs to beat them.
We're talking E.S.U. baseball here on the John Mendola Show. Coach, 50 games in your season. Talk about what that's like. Kids coming out of high school now, and they want to play some baseball at the next level. If they're fortunate enough to be recruited by a school like E.S.U., what's it like to put in a 50-game season on the Division II level?
Well, what I explained to them, it's fast and furious. They're used to playing 20 games. If they make the playoffs, they may get 25, pushing 26, 27 if they make a state playoff run. But it's a grueling schedule. It's one that, the preparation is completely different from a weight training and conditioning standpoint. We're fortunate at E.S.U. that we've got weight trainer, Dr. Matt Miltenberger runs that program for us and allows us to get ourselves ready for that season. And it's one that you're going to run into some injuries. You need some depth, but it's nothing that any freshman has been through before, and it's very typical for a freshman. We get halfway through the year, if they're playing a lot, they kind of hit that wall. And then hopefully they climb over it after about a week of level play, and then they can push forward. But it's a fast and furious 50 games.
Coach, you talk about recruiting and getting out there on the trail. Talk about how many arms you need at a school like E.S.U. And you guys, you said you got some real nice pitching this year. Talk about the guys that you're going to lose and maybe some arms you're going to hope to bring in.
Well, one of the things that's fortunate with this team is we're a rather young team. We only have one senior on this team, and it is a pitcher, and that's Andrew Ferber, who actually was the Pitt State the third innings against Seton Hill and beat them. But we have everybody else back, and so for us, future looking bright, and was out today. Was at the Berwick Western Wayne game today. Just starting to get out and seeing some guys that we saw early, and making some assessments, and trying to find some a few more arms, and I'm actually starting to look at some of the junior class.
What's it take for a young man to play at the Division II level, to play at a high level like East Stroudsburg University, Coach?
Well, we're certainly, first of all, we need guys that can compete in the classroom, and that's what, first and foremost. We need strong academic student athletes and ones that can compete in the classroom. And then, when it comes to, we certainly play a style of offense. When we're looking at, offensive guys, we like to run a lot, and we swing the bats. We were I refer to it as first. Some guys may refer to it as last, but we had less than 10 sacrifice bunts on the year. That's not our style. We swing the bats, and we're looking for doubles and scoring a lot of runs. And so, that's the type of offensive player that I'm looking for. And then on the mound, we like power right-handed arms, and then mixed in with a few lefties. We were in the top 10 in the country in strikeouts per 9 innings, and second all time at E.S.U. And we struck out over 350 guys this year.
Very impressive, to say the least, Coach. As you said, you're quite young. A nice year for East Stroudsburg University. Always great catching up with you, Coach, and we wish you well on the recruiting trail.
Yep, John, appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
John Kochmansky here on the John Mendola Show. East Stroudsburg University Baseball. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.